Hey Gemini, it's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot here to do a topical reading for you. I don't put a date on the topical reading, so whenever you happen to find this video is when you're meant to see it. Okay. Just so you know, I'm doing this on Easter weekend, if that means anything to you. All right. These two cards here are talking about blessings. So this is the blessing for you. This is the blessing for the person that you're watching the video for. They might be intertwined in some way. They may not be. We'll see how it goes. Okay. All right. So first of all, I just want to thank everybody for all of your prayers and positive thoughts for Scout. Absolutely made a difference. You know, when I was making those videos, she was in the hospital with very, very low blood oxygen levels, you know, and that's not good. She wasn't breathing right, but she was able to come home the next day. So, you know, the best thing about that was, you know, hearing my sister say, you know, well, maybe all of those prayers made a difference, you know, and she is somebody that's very much, she lives a life of, you know, very grounded facts and figures. You know, I used to work in the medical field for the majority of my career, and she definitely reminds me of doctors and nurses. You know, seeing is believing, right? And that's fine. I totally, you know, I totally respect how she is. You know, she and I are very different, and that's perfectly okay. She's always impressing me. Anyway, so thank you so much for, you know, all of the kind thoughts and prayers for Scout, because she is home, and that is fantastic news. All right, so thank you. All right, so what do we have here? So this is for you, and this is for the person that you're watching the video for. So we're going to start with the blessing card. And this is incredible. You know, and this just goes to show that, you know, these are collective readings, okay? You know, sometimes they feel very personal to you, which is fine, but we are tapping into the collective energy here. So this card has come up more than any other card in all of the readings this week. And it says, a blessing for those who are nearing their final breath. Obviously, there's a lot of people around the world that are experiencing that, and you might know somebody that's going through that right now. You might be afraid yourself that you're going through something like that, or you might be afraid that, you know, something is going to touch you that might lead you down this path. I'm here to tell you, don't be afraid. But, you know, this might be a blessing as far as a realization that so many people are experiencing that right now. You know, this might be something that you're worrying about for this person. All right, so this person down here has a blessing on your intuition. So this person down here very likely is, you know, experiencing intuitive hits right now, possibly when it comes to you. They might be picking up on energy from you of worry or fear. So let's see. Let's see what we have here, Gemini. All right, so we have the Fool. And what is the Fool about? It's about letting go of fear, which we just talked about, right? So it's about letting go of fear and, you know, realizing that There's only two true emotions, fear and love. And if you're not in fear, then you're coming from a place of love. Obviously, the virus, that we're dealing with in the world and in the country, is concerning. But at the same time, you know, it's you take away your power if you worry about it. You really do. Like, I probably go out at least once a day and I'm not wearing a mask. I'm just not. I'm not worried about it. I was sick this past week, and that's why, the readings have been slow to come out. I had laryngitis. I had a horrible sore throat. And, you know, honestly, there wasn't any point where I was so worried that, I thought, this is it. I never did. And that's not to say that it's not a valid concern, okay? But, living in fear is never healthy. We're not supposed to live in fear, all right? So what else do we have here for you? 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. All right, so I want to see what we have over here for this person. All right, so we have the Devil. Card of Capricorn. You might be dealing with a Capricorn. If not, the devil can make things feel very, very easy. Sometimes that's how you know that the devil is involved, is that something might feel a little bit too easy. The devil's not going to make something hard, something that may not be good for us. So this person, might be experiencing, they're getting a blessing on their intuition. So what this is telling me is that this person's being called to listen to their intuition, because when they don't, it feels like they might have some toxic energy around them. They might feel tied or bonded to something that isn't good for them. They might be codependent on something or someone. They might be overindulging in substances of some kind. Queen of Swords. All right. The good news here is that this Queen of Swords has her back to the devil. Okay. I feel like this could represent you. Okay. And it doesn't mean that you have to be a female. Okay. Queen of Swords energy is somebody that has, learned a lot from experience. So, Queen of Swords is somebody that can remove her emotions in order to make decisions. And this person down here, I feel like it's about this toxic energy and you, or toxic energy versus you, is what I feel like this is saying. And I feel like if this person listens to their intuition, there's something connecting them to you. If they don't listen to their intuition, I feel like there's something connecting them to something toxic for them. All right. Going back up here to 10 of Pentacles. So remember, the Fool is about letting go of fear. All right. Don't be afraid. Embrace your feelings. And 10 of Pentacles is about complete abundance. So when you do that, when you let go of certain fears that you might be experiencing right now, remember, everything that's going on right now, this too shall pass. It will. Okay? People don't want to give up their lives forever. They don't even want to give up their lives temporarily. So, this is not going to go on forever. But it says, by letting go of fear, you're letting in abundance. And 10 of Pentacles is abundance in everything in your life. So if you're, If you're worried about the virus specifically, if you're worried about the virus affecting family members, if you're worried about, you know, not having an income, it's like by letting go of the fear, by surrendering to what's going on right now, that's what ultimately connects you with abundance. Not by going, not by worrying like crazy and trying to get, all of your ducks in a row perfectly. It's about surrendering, doing things as you need to do them, which is fine, but not worrying about it as you go. All right, so we have the Page of Pentacles for you. It's interesting. Both of these cards have the bright yellow background, which is, a very positive, sunny, happy energy. Page of Pentacles, and for this person, we have Knight of Cups. All right, so I feel like with these two cards are connected to these two cards here. Page of Pentacles. I feel like both of you, Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, you're both thinking or preparing or looking for the opportunity to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel connected. Both of these cards in different ways are saying that. I feel like this person has a lot of feelings, pent-up feelings, a lot of, they spend a lot of time possibly, fantasizing about what it would be like to be with you. But they really haven't done a whole lot about it. And the reason they haven't, I feel like, is because of this Devil. Because it's like here you are, Queen of Swords, in between the Devil and the Knight of Cups. So it's, again, if this person listens to their intuition about you, it's about doing something about this Knight of Cups, which is about romantic love. And for you, Page of Pentacles, it's, you might be looking at the world a little bit differently right now. Page of Pentacles can be about looking for that window of opportunity with this person. Okay, but it's also about knowing what your limitations are at the same time. And the limitations that we're talking about here might be that we're, quarantined, all right? It might be, your limitations might have something to do with family, possibly dealing with some type of sickness. I feel like there's somebody around you that, might be struggling with, this sickness. But remember, one thing to keep in mind is that 98% of everybody who gets it gets through it. That's a pretty positive statistic. Okay? All right, so let's explore this. All right, so let's look at the Page of Pentacles, the window of opportunity, clarified by 8 of Swords. So in order for the window of opportunity to open up for you, it's about making yourself vulnerable. And again, that's about letting go of fear. So the more you let go of fear, the more that you attach to your personal power, that you realize that, this too shall pass, the more you make yourself vulnerable to your feelings, what it is that you want, the fact that anything you want really is possible, the more the two of you have the opportunity of moving towards each other. So this trapped energy, you might feel a little bit trapped right now because of the social distancing and whatever, but this card is really about allowing yourself to be vulnerable. That's how you get out of the trapped energy. The World. So the World, right, is about cycles. Okay, we're going through a cycle, and it feels like for you, whatever cycle you're in right now is getting ready to close out, to open up for something new. Fool, right? One more. Look at Knight of Cups. There it is. Knight of Cups. So what is opening up to you is your ability, because you might be spending a lot of time thinking and fantasizing about this person, but not doing anything about it, or possibly feeling like you can't do anything about it, which is not true. Okay? But the new cycle that's coming in for you is Knight of Cups, and we see it right here. All right, so let's see for this person. Whoops. Let's clarify for this person. Knight of Cups clarified by the Magician. So this clarifies exactly what I just said. So Knight of Cups is romantic, loving energy, but it's somebody that, really keeps it within themselves. They don't share it. And Magician, when this card shows up, it really shows what this person has been manifesting. So this is something they've been thinking about for a while, something that they've wanted to do for a while. Knight of Cups is something that they've wanted to do, but they haven't done it yet. So that means this person really maybe has not expressed a whole lot of how they feel to you. They might be feeling that urge right now. They might be feeling that energy right now. They might be picking up on your energy. This blessing for those who are nearing their final breath. That final breath might be a little bit metaphoric. This person might feel like they're running out of time with you. You might feel like you're running out of time with this person, or maybe you feel like you've missed an opportunity. You haven't. Magician clarified by the Moon. So there's the fear. This is a card of Pisces. We have Pisces, we have Capricorn. I think that's all we have here. All right, so this person, this person wants to know for sure what's going to happen before they take any action with Knight of Cups. And that's why this is saying a blessing on your intuition. This person is being called to listen to their intuition because they're not going to know. They're not going to know for sure how you're going to react. They're not supposed to. This devil here, could indicate, that this person doesn't listen to their intuition. This is somebody that needs to see it before they believe it, versus believe it in order to see it. That's what this devil is for this person. And then finally we have the Strength. So the Strength card is the card of Leo, right? And, the Strength card really asks, because this is about taming the beast, it asks what is this person feeling small about? Because they have a lot of fear with the Moon. This is the energy they've been manifesting for the last however many months or years in some cases. But this card is asking what is making them feel small. And it's also about embracing their own vulnerability. You're being asked with the Eight of Swords to embrace vulnerability. It's you kind of are mirroring each other in a lot of ways, really. But it's like, what does this card represent for this person? Is it fear, doubt, stress, feeling small, feeling smaller than they are, not believing in their intuition. It's like there's an energy from both of you that you would like to know exactly what this other person is thinking and feeling before you communicate with them. And sometimes, most of the time, you're asked to have faith or you're asked to listen to your intuition. And there's a reason why you feel something with somebody. That doesn't just happen with anybody. It doesn't. So if you're feeling something specific and consistently, usually there's a reason for that. Okay? So this to me is saying, don't be afraid to talk about it at the very least. But what else, ouch, what else is really important here is, even if for some reason, even though you both have Knight of Cups here, that tells me you're both thinking about romance and love with the other person, but you're not doing anything about it. Even if somebody, flat out rejects you, first of all, sometimes that's a player or a game type of move. It just is. People don't necessarily, sometimes they're not ready to express their feelings. They're not ready to do something about it. Sometimes it's their truth in the moment. And sometimes it's because you're on completely different vibrations. But what's really important to remember is that if you do express your truth, if you do express how you feel, that's all you can do. And if that person doesn't receive it as a gift, that's okay. Sometimes, some people just aren't ready to receive it, and sometimes people aren't able to receive it. It doesn't change your value. This, in so many cases, this is like people's worst fear, worst nightmare, and it really shouldn't be. Because you set yourself free when you speak your truth. That's so true. Then, the other person is left with the knowing that somebody cares about them that deeply that they might be rejecting. That's a hard energy to be in and of itself. And it stays with them. If they truly have no feeling for you, they should be able to easily tell you that in a kind way. If they can't easily tell you that in a kind way, then there's probably more going on. All right, Gemini, that is what I have for you. All right, so if you are looking for a deeper reading, or you're looking for a personal reading, I'm here for you. I am taking things a little bit slower this week just to kind of save my voice, but I will be getting out the weekly readings the beginning of the week this week. But I definitely wanted to get these out. I feel like it's important to talk about blessings right now. All right, so that's why I pulled out that deck. This is the Blessing Bee deck by Lucy Cavendish, by the way. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. I hope you have a lovely holiday weekend if you celebrate the holiday. And again, thank you so much for your kind thoughts and prayers for Scout. All right, thanks, guys. Bye-bye.